So, are we going here? Come on, video. There we are. I'm always, one time, it didn't work when I initially started streaming. Like, it claimed I was streaming and it didn't go. So, that's on the list of shit to worry about. So many things when you're streaming, like, you think it's just push the button and go, but there's so many other things to worry about. Hello, in any case, everyone, anyone. Karen, hello. I'm going to get a tweet sent out. We've got our colors out here. We've got a little peeling to do. And I was talking about this last night. My new, whatever this thing is, camera mount, came. And I found my extra hot shoe. This thing is so heavy duty. So I'm looking forward to using that during today's tutorial. But let me get the tweet sent out. And let me get a Discord message sent out. And then we're going to get going. I'm really looking forward to... actually, I should have these out here too. I'm really looking forward to this manicure. I think it's going to turn out awesome. So this is going to be day 5, right? Yes. Hold on. I'm expecting more deliveries, and after the shenanigans yesterday, I'm just kind of like, every time I think I hear a delivery truck, I'm trying to peep out the window. Okay, are things spelled correctly? I think so. Tweet, and where are my notifications? Because that's too little. Bearded Gamer, thank you for the follow. Discord. Where is my Discord window? Too many windows, you guys. There's so many things going on and that need to be done and that I need to remember, and how am I ever possibly going to remember if I don't just leave the tab open? I'm sorry, I'm distracted. I see that Luke is working on his Hollow Knight project. That's really cool. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does with that. Live. Yes, actually sent to everyone. And I think that's about everything. Hey, Music Al. Just on your break, perfect timing. That's awesome. Yeah, I kind of will do, like, in Chrome, what you can do is, like, I mean, I don't even just have a bunch of tabs. I have multiple windows, and each window has, like, a bunch of tabs. But if you right-click up on the tabs, you can bookmark all tabs, so you can save them as, like, a folder to open later. But, like, a lot of the stuff that's open right now is stuff I don't want to close for later. I mean, some of it I guess I could, and I would if my computer was, like, really, like, no, you can't do that. But, like, I have a couple things I want to check on YouTube as soon as I get done. I have a couple things I don't want to forget about by, like, you know, closing them and putting them away in a bookmark, and then it's like, you know, freaking doesn't even exist anymore. You done forgot what you bookmarked because you close it. If it's open, I can't just forget about it. So let's get these windows in order so I can see what's going on here. And then we'll do some bow chicka bow bow. Hey, KJD. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, oh my God, what was I not looking at? So these are the colors we're going to be working with. I'm going to put these off to the side just for now. Because, of course, before we can do one manicure, we got to take off the other one. And before we can record peelies, we got to hook up the camera with our new heavy-duty Utebit. I don't know. This thing is like 3 times as heavy as my previous mount. And the ball socket is really heavy-duty. Like, this should do exactly what I want it to do. I just have to get a little bit used to working with it. Let's, okay, go like that. Just to get it mounted up here. Although, man, I really am putting this arm to the test because between how heavy my new camera is and how heavy this new mount is for the camera, I think I'm just about at this thing's weight limit. Oh yeah, it's there. There's no sag going on. So now I just need to make sure that I actually get it in the appropriate spot that I want to. So, and napkin would be good. Napkin's always good. We might have to close the window again too. We've got sunshine, which I enjoy it, but as far as a recording atmosphere, it's a little bit of an issue. Let me do that right now, in fact. There we go. Block out the outside world. So, it's like there's so many rotating parts between the arm and the ring light and the camera and the ball joint mount thingy. Okay, so if I'm like, we really want to raise this just a little bit, like, and I just want to make sure that it's like in the right spot and level, because of course, since this thing is so nice and snug, I'm not going to be able to just like reach up and adjust it like I was. Just a little bit like this. Is that good? I think that'll be good. Of course, we want to move you guys a little bit. And I think you guys could zoom in a little bit too. So, hey Caritha. Oil. Since we're not water marbling today, we don't need to worry about getting oil all over the place. So, to make the peel a little bit easier, just going to oil all around my cuticles and like the sides of my nails, all the places where the peel off wants to lift up anyway. We're just going to massage that in and encourage it so that we can get a nice, clean, hopefully satisfying, hopefully, peel. Seems like most of these have been coming off pretty good if I can just get them started. Why are you popping to the top? Go away. And if you did not see the Snowy Water Marble tutorial, the edited tutorial is live over on YouTube. I got that done last night. So tonight's to-do is to get at least one of the other ones edited for tomorrow, obviously. If I could get 2, that would be great, because then I would actually be ahead of the game. But I also need to consider, and if the answer is yes, work on Instagram videos. I know a lot of you guys, probably most of you guys, actually follow me on Instagram. If you don't, is that it? Yeah. If you don't, there it is. And I started posting on Instagram again yesterday, you guys, and I'm going to try to keep up with it. I posted the first day of the 12 days of Christmas, and now the question is, do I want to post a speed tutorial, and do I want to post the peelies? Because before, I had really gotten in a groove where I would post just the pictures, then I would post the speed tutorial, and then I would also post the peelies on Instagram. And, you know, like we discussed, I kind of fell off of Instagram hard. Hi, Dr. Crotron. You are just in time for the peel porn. We're finding our edges. We're trying to find our edges so that we can have a nice, satisfying peel. It's a little bit of a challenge. God, this is on here really good, you guys. Anyway, so I'm trying to decide whether I want to continue doing the speed tutorials and the peelies. And, God, I think I do, but that's like a whole nother set of things to edit. Like the pictures, I think I can stay on top of if I just don't try to make it like a separate project. If I just edit those pictures at the same time that I'm, cropping pictures to go in the tutorial and making my thumbnail and stuff. Hey, Mino. I'm good. How are you? Yeah, Bean's cozy. He's good. But the tutorial is not super hard, but I don't just like take the whole YouTube tutorial and just like speed the whole thing up. You know, I re-edit parts of it and I take out parts and I, try it's a little bit more work than just taking the existing tutorial and speeding it up a bunch of times to make it so that it kind of makes sense, because certain areas where I'm talking are not going to make sense if they're just, sped up with no sound. Because I generally don't use sound on Instagram because Instagram somehow is still like the freaking wild, wild west of copyright. And I'm almost nervous even to use Creative Commons music on there from, stories I've seen or stories I've heard. Well, stories I've read, I guess, since it was online. Doing your nails right now, perfect timing. And for anybody that just got here, I'm finding the edges on my peelies, and it's kind of hard to do on camera because I need to get really close to them. Yeah, but I'm really leaning toward doing it because they used to get, some of them, like a really lot of views, and I feel like that's, obviously a good thing, but it's like where in my schedule exactly am I going to fit that in? So I have to decide that pretty quickly after stream, decide if I'm going to restart that now or later, because if I'm going to restart that now, then the first thing to do after stream is get that Instagram video edited so I can get that up so that I can then get day 2 up and then get those all. I mean, it's like a snowball. It's a huge snowball. A beautiful winter snowball. Okay. So, first things first, peelies, and beanie hair. Thanks, Beanie. The joys of cat ownership. I use a peel off base coat so that we can do this weird nail polish thing called peel porn. And I do still have a little bit of rotation right here. That must be on the screw. I need to decide if I like that or not. So if I just do like about like this, yeah, I think that'll be good. And like usually if I've had a manicure on a few days, I'll show if there's any peelies that have popped off or any spots that have worn poorly, but these, I did have one chip. I forget which nail it was on. Oh, unsatisfying peel. Sorry, guys. At least on that one it was. This one will come up better, maybe. Oh. I was hoping for good peelies again, especially since I had 2 layers of top coat. That should have helped with the peelies. That residue there. Just really stuck. I completely forget what I was talking about because I have to concentrate on this now, because they're not just like easily coming off. You know, sometimes water marbles seem to peel poorly, and I don't know why. Like, is it just because the water marble is so thin? But then I did do 2 coats top coat also. Wow, horrible peel. Horrible peel. Keenerick, thank you for the follow. Okay, this one will be a good one. Come on here, thumbnail. Come on here, thumbnail. Maybe. Okay. One good peely. It really does feel like they're too thin to like hold their shape at all. But the way they're coming up at the edges, like so jaggedy, I don't know. Wow. I'm going to show you guys when I get done, for anybody that hasn't seen, how well the other days have been coming off. Like, this is, I thought I might have a couple that were a problem, but this is just absurd. Really is. Oh, wow. They can't all be good peels, you guys. Oh. Man. Of course, Bob Ross would probably say, you gotta have some bad peels to appreciate the good ones. Just like, without dark, you can't even see the light. The other thumb came off okay also, but blurred, y'all. I did not enjoy that peel. Yeah, that could be it, Jackie, but like, check out, what do we have here? Yeah, this will be all of them. We've got the trees. They were only on a day. We've got the branches. They were only on a day. Here's the other water marble. It was on 2 days. But yeah, like the other ones had a couple that were like that kind of broken. But they just generally peeled. I mean, all these like super good peelies. I mean, look at all these. Stick them right back on your nail if you wanted to. Pling! I don't know why that would have made that sort of a sound, but I mean, you get my point. It shouldn't have been an issue, but it was. You will go back over here now. And you will go over here to be used in a minute. Actually, I suppose I should get the rest of this gooiness. Probably gonna need some actual polish remover too. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of mysterious. Might have been, I mean, it just goes to show all polish is different. It just is. That's why it's always kind of just a guessing game when you go to peel. Like, oh my god, am I going to have a good peel or a bad peel? This might have been poor application because that's not wanting to come up at all. But some of these, like, you can go back and clean it up a little bit afterward. We definitely got some gooey peel residue. Maybe I did too thick of a coat. I feel like I should go back and check the video evidence, because Simply Peel does seem to prefer a thin coat to really get a good peel. Maybe I just had slightly too much on. Like all this, that's like all this stringy stuff, that's the peel off. And you can see it's still like gummy, like you said. But it was like that on which other one? Might have been the trees. I think it was like that on that one too, but not to this extent. Can I use this to like there? Okay, I don't have any cotton over here. I'll be right back. What you looking at out there, Benny? Don't really need this much, but I do like to have some over here. Maybe I can put it right here. That works. From my big old salon roll. Full but not nail shaped, just kind of flat. Yeah, that sounds kind of like what the Christmas tree, the black and gold Christmas trees were. They peeled nicely, but they didn't like pop off. No, it was ready for takeoff. But it looks sometimes like Simply Peel when it's you've got that gooey leftover on the nail. So, just going to get rid of that residue the old-fashioned way. Polish remover. I have heard that you can use Simply Peel as a base coat. I've never tried it. I mean, even on their website, it's like, you know, you can try this, your results may vary. I think, from my understanding, it would probably be better for, like, do we have a break developing here? No. Like swatchers. Like, it was my impression that it was, like, super, super short wear. Like, you know, even more than ready for takeoff. But I can't imagine using Simply Peel as a base coat, because I feel like when I've accidentally gotten Simply Peel on my nails or something, it doesn't feel like it wants to adhere to my nail the way the Ready for Takeoff does. And Ready for Takeoff already tries to pop off before you want it to, so we gotta make sure we don't have any black hanging around in our cuticles, because we're about to be doing blue and white, and that would be obvious. Don't plan on doing anything with your hands. You have the oomph, but you struggle every time with peel off. I mean, that's kind of good. It means it's sticking on there, but it's also frustrating. I do recommend like a thin coat. I don't remember exactly when you came in, but before I started peeling, I rubbed around my cuticles and around the edges of my nails with cuticle oil to help encourage it to release. And of course, the longer you wear it, generally the easier it is to peel off, because your hands have had more just like exposure to water and stuff as you wash your hands, you take a shower and stuff. I have plain latex too. I think it would be, it's plain latex is very similar to Simply Peel. I don't know what else they put in there to make it a little bit more like when you peel it off, it's not as flaky. It's not rubbery exactly or elastic. I guess it's kind of elastic. But like plain latex just doesn't seem as sturdy as Simply Peel, if that makes sense. Like, because it was a lot cheaper. I was like, well, let me just get some latex here. But it was like, oh, this actually isn't as good. Yeah, I mean, you can make your own. I've done DIY with Elmer's glue. And mixed results. And you know, God, I think I did a second test years ago, like pre ready for takeoff, or at least pre me using ready for takeoff, and I don't think I ever edited it, and I don't actually remember how it went. But like mixing your own is kind of a hassle because just the ratio of glue to water is tricky to get proper. Like, so that it applies nicely and peels nicely. Alright. A little bit more in here. If I really need to get, like, down to my cuticle with a cotton, I'll, like, put it on and then I'll, like, go with, like, the orange stick or something. It's tempting to just use my nail. Sometimes I do just use my nail. But this is better. Best practices, whatever you want to call it. Alright, I'm not going to worry about that too much because it's my right hand. But my right hand shows in the two-hand shot, so I don't want it to be looking too janky. Cuticles are hanging in there. They could use some attention, but it's okay. It's not too horrible levels yet. Let's... Actually, this is pretty dirty. Let's clean this out real quick. And then let's get some acetone ready. And then let's get our Simply Peel out. And then let's get some sponges. And then let's get going. I've heard good things about the one from Ribbits. I don't know if it was from you or I think maybe you said it before. I think I've seen it on Instagram too, because isn't it also like a greenish, like it's a frog green? Oh, and regarding sponges, I found some on Amazon that I think are like this. Next time I do an Amazon order, I'm going to get them and see if they are, in fact, the kind that I like. I do it sometimes unconsciously. I'll push my cuticles back with my nails too, but if I catch myself, I'll try to stop and use a tool. I feel like... I feel... No, I'm not going to mess with them. I don't have time right now. I'm just looking at my cuticles. Like, they're not horrible, but they're not super great right now either. I should be glad they're putting up with me putting them through this. Yeah, the one I got, Musical, was from Party City. Is that what it's called? Where they have like all the Halloween costumes and stuff. Okay, so we want to use Harp on it. Beg, Borrow, and Steal is going to be saved for our base color tomorrow. Harp on it is going to be our silver. Blue Heaven is our lightest blue. Over the Moon and Crystal Baller. I think that's all right. We have oh, we have no notes. I think this is right though, because the other ones that I pulled out were all these ones. That's what we're going to be working on today, guys. Yeah. I didn't write the names on here, but I think that's about right. And then tomorrow we'll be doing... It's so hard to see with the glare. And the Holo. There. Tomorrow we'll be doing this water marble. I'm looking forward to that too. Turned out bomb! Okay. So... I've never gotten anything from Peween either, and I like the way their stuff looks, because they've got a lot of stamping stuff, don't they? Also, like stamping plates. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm right, because the other ones I pulled out were not as hollow, and these are the only Color Club ones. Because I've got everything that I pull out and I use in testing is in a shoebox, and everything that I'm going to use in the tutorials is in another shoebox. So I'm trying to stay organized at least that way. And I'm pretty sure... The one thing I wasn't sure of was the silvers, but I'm pretty sure I have them identified correctly. Just looking at them, because the one is so chromy and much less hollow under the lights, this one, compared to this one. We've got so much more hollow here. Yeah. Got the Peween at Walmart. And I don't know, I have no idea if I'm saying that correctly. Probably not. Peween? Sounds almost a little bit lewd. Just looking at these patches we did yesterday. They're hanging in there well so far. I really would like to not have to mess with those at all for the rest of the series. That would be great. I usually do write them down, but I don't always. Okay, this has to... Sorry, I've got a hangnail here. Like an actual hangnail piece of skin. Which is the only time I recommend using cuticle nippers, like on your cuticle. Because, I mean, you know, ripping off a hangnail is not the thing to do. And you can get closer with the nippers than with anything else. God, this whole nail is so, like, dry looking. Like, why is this one nail extra dry and the cuticle extra dry? Wait, poured latex over your torsos and had fancy tops for parties? I was gonna say, I would be a little bit nervous with that too. I mean, aside from the fact that, woo, a little bit scandalous. A little bit form-fitting. Peween. I mean, I don't know, because, I mean, it's kind of stretchy. Like, when it's on your fingers, you can bend your fingers. Hey, Beanie, you gonna settle down here? Yeah, good boy. Settle down while we do our nails. It's like he's looking right at you guys sometimes. Yeah, you're a sleepy boy. Just settle down. Just settle down right there, man. I'm telling you. I don't have any treats for you right now, Bane. Emotionally. Yes. I feel you there. Okay. We have the ready for takeoff. We have our colors. I think we're ready to start doing things. I'm going to be working. So for a reciprocal gradient, of course, we got to be pretty dang sure. Oh, that's what else I was going to pull out. I was going to pull out a clear. Nah, we're going to live by the seat of our pants and not do a clear over the decal, over the vinyl. Yeah, exactly, Karitha. I usually recommend clear over vinyls because I feel like it helps with bleeding. But we're only using one vinyl today, and it's going to be a really simple vinyl, so I feel like I can get away without it, and maybe I'll regret it. Maybe. Probably. It's probably 65% likely I'll regret it. But I'm still gonna do it. Or I'm still gonna not do it. I'm still gonna YOLO. Just go for it. But we're gonna be working on the left hand so that it can dry before we put on our vinyls. Can I get a little closer here? Whoa. Like, yeah, like that. Okay. Starting off with clean, dry nails, we're going to begin with a base coat. Today I'm using Ready for Takeoff, which is a peel-off base, and you can use whichever is your personal favorite. Try to do mindfully thin coats today so that we can hopefully get a good peel tomorrow. I might have had an okay thickness or okay thinness, I guess, but not waited long enough for it to dry before I started adding polish. That's also something that I try not to do. And usually, like, especially on stream, it's not an issue. Because we tend to get sidetracked just a little bit every now and then. Oh, break's over. See you later, Musical. Yeah. Hopefully. Well, I guess that's thinking like way too far ahead, like thinking already about tomorrow's peel. Before we're even like barely started on the manicure. Maybe tomorrow I'll give my cuticles a little bit of attention too, before we get on to that water marble. Or maybe before stream. I know you guys like seeing the peel, but I could either do the peel off stream or try and do my cuticles pre-peel. But I kind of find it a little bit difficult to try and do my cuticles with a manicure on. It's not like impossible, but it's a little more difficult. I'm really glad we got this testing sorted out. Once we do this Icicle Reciprocal and the matching water marble tomorrow, we'll be halfway through the series as far as recording it goes. After the Icicle, we have the green to be determined design, We have the white and chromes designs, which I'm pretty sure how I'm doing the nail art portion of, but I'm not 100% sure of how I'm doing the water marble portion of. And then the last 2 days are going to be with the color paints. And those also should need only minimal testing. But we are going to need to fit in at least one more testing stream, either before a manicure or a separate stream. So I'm not quite sure when that'll be. Maybe that'll be one of the evening streams. I could do like a Tuesday evening test stream. Not sure. There's so much to do. But it's getting done so far. And you guys seem to like the design, so that's always a bonus. What, Benny? Little boy. Yeah, everybody's watching you. Alright, so... And I think I actually decided that I was not going with a base color in either case. Or should I start with a silver base? Did I start with a silver base? I don't think I did when I was testing. Wonder if this was 2 or 3 layers of gradient. I'm just going to go into it. Hope for the best. But first we'll need to simply peel and tell everybody about the pretty colors we're using. Yeah. Hi, Caters. The colors that I'll be using for today's manicure are from Color Club. The silver is Harp on It. The lightest blue is Blue Heaven. The medium blue is Over the Moon. And then the darkest blue is Crystal Baller. I'll be doing a gradient using all 4 of those. But first, I'm going to protect around my nails with Simply Peel. Alright, and we just need to be mindful of our application here. I feel like I could be so much better at latex application. Like if I just am a little bit more patient, it comes out so much better. I mean, that could be said for most things in nail art, I suppose. And I have patience for most of those, so I don't know why I don't usually have more patience for liquid latex. I'm trying to be real slow and patient right now and get like really good close coverage. And like I mentioned, we'll do everything all 2 or 3 layers and then move on to the right hand. Instead of usually I would go ahead and do them at the same time. I think, is that the hold on. Is that one of the Halo Chromes or the Halo Crushes, Caritha? The name sounds familiar. I'm 99% sure I have it. Yeah, I hope I said that right. Oh, well. No, wait. This is Harp on It. Is there a new Harp on It? This is Harp on It. It's silver. If there's a new one, I don't know if I have that. That's why the name sounded familiar, because it's right there. And in the side light of my ring light, I can just barely tell the silver and the blue apart. There you can kind of... This is the blue. The more indirect the light, the easier they are to tell apart. Yeah, it's one of the older ones because it's got the old style label on the bottom. But as far as I know, they still make all of the Halo Holos from the first 3 collections as well as the 2 new collections. Almost dry here, almost clear. Start opening these up. And we're going to be mindful, of course. Oh, it's decision time too. Are we going to be lazy with Simply Peel today? Or are we going to do a separate layer? For each layer. Lazy Simply Peel is you just use the same for both gradients. Yeah, I mean, I would imagine the ones they're selling now do have the newer logo on it. So, I'm just sizing my sponge against my nails. It's actually about the right size for my thumbnail. But, I mean, obviously very small for the pinky. It's about the right size for the rest of them, too. My thumb is getting long. This one, too, I was pushing incorrect buttons with it last night. So we'll try to start off like on the smaller side of a gradient and work up a little bit larger so that we can get our other nails done. We're going to be putting the silver toward the tip of the nail. That's going to be the point of our icicle. And yeah, we'll be okay. I do have my top coat out. I think I should probably not be lazy with the latex. It does work better if you do a separate layer of latex for each layer of sponging. It does. Maybe I'll be good in the tutorial and I'll be lazy on my right hand. How about that? No, because then that'd show in the tutorial when I'm going back to... We'll consider these things as we're going along. No, I shouldn't be lazy. I shouldn't be lazy. I hear the little good angel in my ear saying, you'll regret it. You'll regret it. Don't cut corners for Christmas. Beanie getting cozy. Why did I open that? I don't need that yet. I do need to make sure this is accessible and clean. Actually, yeah, let's definitely get this purple off of here. Why you still got purple on you, tweezers? Must be from the burgundy, purple and burgundy water model. Purple and burgundy water marble. Words are hard. Released the originals at Walmart but renamed them. That's always kind of weird. Like, just call it what it is. Okay. We'll go like that. Yeah, this should be fine. We'll be doing this gradient with a sponge. For the first layer, we're going to want the silver toward the tip of my nail and the darkest blue toward the cuticle. So I'm going to load up the sponge and apply a couple coats on each nail. I'm going to remove the liquid latex on the final coat, and then I'll also be using some Seche Vite just to speed up the dry time. Okay, that's nicely pinky sized. And then as we continue to get messier and as the sponge swells a little bit, we should continue to have enough for our other nails. Especially as we get some polish on here, we should be able to get 2 nails per sponge once it's a little more loaded with polish. This is why I wanted to go with 3 colors kind of initially, because 4 just makes it that much more work to sponge, that many more colors to apply. But I think the 4 will make a better gradient. Maybe this one we can get 2 nails out of. We'll see. And as it gets some polish on it, you can kind of see what I was talking about, what I'm always talking about as far as the pores of the sponge, compared to like the normal sponges that you get at like Target or wherever. The difference, it seems to be to me, most of the ones that come like in a flat connected block where you have to kind of like pull them apart to use them, those seem to be the denser kind. The ones that are just loose together, jumbled in a bag, seem to be the slightly airier kind. Alright, we may need 3 layers, and that's fine. Lurk Engage. Study Lurk. Today is going good, Julia. I mean, we're just getting started. This hand is still just only base coated, but we're going to be very blue and very hollow and very, very awesome. We're doing this. Icicle Reciprocal. So, and these dry pretty fast. You don't have to wait super long in between coats, and you don't want to wait too long or your sponge will start to dry out a lot. In fact, yeah, I'm already going to go right into the second coat. It's kind of nice also considering that, like I said, you need it to be dry before you can apply the, oops, that's not the right color. That was the blue, not the silver. Uh-oh. Well, just go with it. They're close. I'm going to just layer on even more silver to compensate for that. And that's where you go, blue. That was just a silly mistake to make. But not a horrible one. I mean, really. I mistook them for each other because they are so dang similar. Problem with the pinky is maybe going to be showing that darkest dark blue. Need to worry about that more than the silver. Yeah, definitely going to need at least 3 coats. Maybe I should have done a base. Maybe I should have. Probably I should have. But we already knew that. It'll be fine. We can get opaque in one more coat. I'm confident. Try to bring in maybe a little tiny more of that darker blue. See, because the thing you got to watch for is, I mean, you're going to get some below your nail because as you're going gradient, you're going slightly back and forth. Don't lose your darkest color on your nail. Yeah. Because, like, got to keep in mind, like I said, the sponge starts to swell. So, like, where can I... See how the sponge is now wider than my actual nail? So you got to be careful as you're going. And especially, particularly, the pinky. The pinky is like a dwarf now. Go in here for this third layer. Whoa, come on here, bottle. It's like sometimes when you're just trying to get in there and get some, it like wants to just grab the brush and not let go. And then we'll see as we apply this. Are we opaque? Yeah, we are. Tweezers. Bloop. Helps to be a little bit more heavy-handed, I think, on the last coat, just to make sure I'm fully opaque. So I'm only going to be doing, I'm not going to try and force it and stretch it to 2 nails. Just going to try and load the polish on and do one at a time for the final layer. Here. Sometimes just grabbing the edge is the hardest freaking part. There we go. The other thing I have to find time for this week, in addition to that testing stream that I was mentioning, is a time to finish my Holo Night from last night, my randomizer seed. It wasn't a bad seed. I felt like I was just kind of really slow. It was like 4 hours into it, and I still had so many places I hadn't checked. You really want to concentrate, of course, right in the middle, because that's what's going to be featured in the icicle. The other stuff's going to get covered up by the reciprocal. I had fun though. It was a nice little casual Holo Night evening. I don't know when I'm gonna get back to trying to speed run. There we go. I do feel like, you know, with using my tape the past couple times in combination with the Simply Peel for water marbling, Simply Peel still wins hands down for gradients. I think. Tape is still a thing, especially, I mean, like if you don't have Simply Peel, the best tool is the one that you have. But I still really, really like it for gradients. I feel like this needs a bit more at the tip. There, that's passable. Sponge is starting to get a little bit sticky, and then that's sometimes when you start to have problems with pulling up polish from your nail as you're sponging, which is not fun. Okay, so some little extra bits of latex around here. Stop you. I'm just going around here making sure there's no latex remains. Cleaning up just a little bit of anything that's left stuck on there. Because that's the problem I do have if I get too close to like my cuticle or stuff, is I end up with bits of latex that don't peel off. Now, I'm kind of tempted to like do a cleanup and make it easier on myself later, but I think I'm just going to skip it. I'm going to try to be very mindful with my top coat not to like flood areas that I would want to clean up later. You like this, Doc? Yeah. It's a nice gradient, and I would say it's at least 30% better in person than the webcam is picking up. Can we get a little bit of... Not really. How about Beanie's cam? I don't think necessarily... Sometimes these cams and this cam like actually do help, but sometimes they at least help in showing like how it has slightly different personalities on the different cameras, and it's hollow, which is hard to see under the ring light, if not impossible in this gradient. But so I'm just gonna try and like not flood my cuticles with top coat or not be super messy with it. This is just to help everything dry, and particularly down the center where the decal is going to be going. The vinyl, I guess I should say. Decals are kind of a separate thing. Some people use them interchangeably, but I don't know. I just want to be understood, so I try to make sure I'm using proper words. I gotta be careful with going slowly when I do that, because otherwise this section, which turns into a sped up section, it just looks ridiculous. Like bloop bloop so fast. Wrap the tips. Wrap the tips. Careful, careful top coat. And even with this, you guys can see how the top coat smooths out that gradient. Even though we're not glomming it on like we usually do, and even though I'm not done with the manicure yet, it's a top coat moment. I mean, look at these nails next to each other. With versus without top coat. It's like just a little visual top coat ASMR for you. And then we'll we'll do our right hand, and then we'll do the same thing all over again, except the other way. One of my last videos, I think it was maybe the green reciprocal something. Somebody commented, they were like, and where's the credit to Simply Nailogical? And I was like, nowhere. Because she didn't come up with this shit. I gave credit to my original inspirations back in like 2012, before there was a Simply Nailogical. So not sure why you think I should give her credit. Like, she's so cool, but some of her fans are kind of jerky. Like, dude, she didn't create everything nail art. Get a grip. Like, learn your nail blogger history. Who did I learn this from? Globe and Nail, and who, I forget who the other one was. It was the first place I saw reciprocal gradient. I was like, I need to do that. And I did that purple one, which is to this day one of my favorite manicures I've ever done. That's why it's my profile picture here on Twitch. And on YouTube also. Because I feel like I did it so good. It's such a great optical illusion. It's freaking purple. Hello. Yeah, it's like, you know, or even if you use something she uses, if you use Simply Peel, it's like, you know, only Christine can use that. It's like, I'm pretty sure she's not doing tutorials to encourage people to not do their nails. Logic much? But that was just so funny to me. It was like, why would you come at somebody like that online without actually, I mean, being educated on something, or, you know, knowing what you're talking about? Is the urge to talk shit stronger than the urge to not look like a fool? And it's kind of sad too, because it's like she can't control them. I've seen her try to be like, you know, guys, tone it down. And she's really cool. The time Ben called me for water marbling advice was really quite entertaining. So don't you guys go off and be like, don't be bad fans, you guys. Credit for that sort of thing always makes me go, huh? Yeah. Sure to credit be the first one to invent top coat or something. Yeah. Well, with nail art, I mean, it's a touchy subject, because there's, you know, recreating, there's being inspired by, there's happening to do the same shit accidentally, and then there's, well, you were inspired this time, but then you decided to do that technique again. Like, should I, 10 years later, still be shouting out Tardo phrases every time I do a water marble? I mean, it's just not, it's not a thing that's going to happen, and I think it would be silly if I did. But the first time, if I like see something, if I'm directly inspired by something, damn sure I'm going to say it, damn sure I'm going to link it. If I learned something from someone, damn sure I'm going to say it, damn sure I'm going to link it. But not 10, 15, 20 manicures later. Luke, hi. I saw your post as I was going live about finding your thread, yarn, or was it thread or yarn? I think you said yarn, so you must be going crochet instead of cross stitch. But if you go cross stitch, I'm gonna be peer pressuring you even more to stream it, because I don't know if you know, but I still claim myself as a cross stitcher. I have not properly cross stitched, and I couldn't tell you how many years, but I still claim myself as a cross stitcher. Yeah, and I don't hate her other content, Jackie. It's just like I don't watch much on YouTube at all anymore. So even if she did nail art on a regular basis, it wouldn't make that big of a deal to me. But some of it is just kind of a little bit absurd. Yeah, yarn is cool too. I don't know how to crochet, but I do knit. In fact, my knitting is right here. Can I reach it with latex on? I'll show off my half-finished dish rag. It's, whoa, don't get stuck in there. It's an old lady. It's an old lady, hobby. I was so thrilled the day I went to Michael's and bought myself some short knitting needles, because I had a whole bunch of different sizes of long knitting needles, and they're just kind of like a little bit too long for just doing dish rags. So I bought these short ones, and I'm like, oh man, look at these short knitting needles I bought. And I'm like, oh my god, I sound like such an old lady. Super hyped about the knitting needles. The only thing I was sad of was I wanted, what are these, 7s or 6s? And they didn't come in purple. I was like, man, this would be purple if my knitting needles could be purple. Could be perfect if my knitting needles could be purple. For my right hand, I'm just going to cut like this used bit off of this sponge. And like this isn't perfectly flat, but this side is flat. And now we don't have this stuff on the edge. And then we won't be wasting quite as many sponges. And then I'll save this other nice new sponge I have over here for the second layer on my left hand. What is a plastic canvas thing? Luke's doing some, I mean, it depends on what he does. If you do the crochet route, I believe it would still be considered an amigurumi, even though it's Hollow Knight. Because amigurumi is any kind of little character, isn't it? Or does it only count as like Pikachus and things? Pikachus. Pokemons. You can see my Pokemon knowledge by the fact that I just accidentally referred to them all as Pikachus. Yeah. Hi, CJ. Got cool a few years ago. It's no longer an old lady hobby. Okay. I can be cool then. They're all Pikachu. I mean, I really like there's this one guy. He didn't know anything about Pokemon. He was an artist, so he was drawing Pokemon by description only and coming up with like these weird looking things. They were freaking cool. Okay. Other hand. What's easiest to, probably maybe like this. Like I've said before, sponging for some reason is one of the awkwardest things for me to do on my right hand with my left hand. So I'm just seeing how it would be easiest, most comfortable for me to hold this sponge, and I think, excuse me, like this would be fine. So that means if we're loading it, we'll load silver up here. And this pinky's actually longer than the pinky on the left for a rare moment in time, because the pinky on the left suffered such a tragic break. But we'll start out like on the last piece of sponge, like very conservatively as far as size. Well, that actually is not as conservative as I planned, but we'll go with it. And then, like, I have trouble sometimes staying straight when I sponge. I'm gonna just try to do my best. That's all you can do. And practice makes perfect. Or at least better. Practice makes better. Practice makes less suck. Get out of there. Okay, look, it's unscrewed. Why won't it come out? And I try to show you and it comes out and I scoot it back over there and it's immediately stuck again. Okay, here we go. Get some more of this loaded on here. And sponging is very forgiving. Absolutely you can do it, Luke. If you want to do it, you can do it. I mean, that doesn't go for everything in life, kids. It doesn't. But as far as this, I mean, you got fingers, you can do it. I started cross-stitching when I was very, very young. It was like a big, like, for kids type of cross-stitch thing. I remember it was like a bunny sitting on a swing with, like, some flowers and shit. Pretty sure my mom still has it somewhere. But, like, as I grew up, I started doing, like, some more complicated stuff. I really like those little adorable Christmas ornaments that you can do, because those make such a sweet little gift, I think. And at one point I did a huge dream catcher that was really cool. But, like, it was so cool, I was like, well, now what do I do with this? Like, I feel like I should get this, like, professionally framed, but that's kind of expensive. So, it's sitting rolled up in a poster tube somewhere. It's not on display anywhere. Of course, it's not like I have wall space in here to display it. I'm just using up a little bit of the extra polish on here. It's what we call a layer and a half of sponging. Give that just a second. Yeah, and just think, you'll bring in if you stream it, you'll bring in a whole other group of people. There's cross-stitch tag on Twitch, I'm pretty sure. I've thought about cross-stitching on stream if I could get myself on a more steady streaming schedule. I feel like this setup could work okay for cross-stitch, or that I might even be able to, like, put it a little bit more up, so it was maybe like well, of course, if I put it right there, it would be in my way. So how high would I have to put it? Like here? That would probably still give me pretty good light. And then I could zoom in and, like, have the project, you know, like my cross-stitch hoop, basically hold it on the desktop and able to see. Would you guys be interested in cross-stitching streams? I mean, I feel like that would be at least as chill as a nail polish stream. Till you miscount the cross stitch and put something where it's not supposed to go, then we'd have cross stitch salt. I would love to get back into it. When I was going through, like, this whole year, I feel like I've changed a lot of things this year, and I still got a lot of things I would like to improve, but at the beginning of the year especially, I was doing a ton of, like, cleaning and purging, and I've got a lot of stuff that's kind of, like, not in, like, storage unit storage, but, like, storage in boxes and stuff in my room. Or you guys probably could see them sometimes when I turn my chair. I guess they're kind of in shadow back there. They're, like, behind the door. And one of the boxes, previously two of the boxes were cross-stitch things and supplies. And at the beginning of the year, I went through them and I condensed it down to one box, and I got rid of a bunch of projects that I was like, well, if I were to start cross-stitching, this would not be the project that I would pick up. Because I used to just grab any project that I saw at, like, Unique Store or church sales or whatever, because they'd have them in, like, plastic bags for just, like, a couple bucks with several projects inside, and I would just get them, whatever, and then they would end up in this box because I wasn't actually cross-stitching. I just wanted to have them for when I started again. And then, like, actually going through and looking at them, I'm like, well, I'm never gonna do this. This is not something I would want to cross-stitch, and it's not something that I would force myself to cross-stitch because it looks cool, because it's not that cool. I wouldn't want to, like, you know, have this hanging up in my house or something. So yeah, I purged a lot of my cross-stitch stuff. But what's left is really nice stuff. I've got Christmas ornaments. The ornaments are, like, probably about like that size. I've got a thing, I don't know who I would ever give it to. It's like a thing for people getting married where you can, like, customize the name on it, and it's like such and blah blah together in love and wonderful things, and it's got, like, roses and things. Not sure if it qualifies as actual cross stitch. If you're stitching and it makes an X, it's cross stitch, Luke. And beginner level is where everybody started. Unless they're lying to you or unless there's some kind of alien prodigy. Cross stitch dreams, yes. Feel okay on my back? Well, I think like part of the thing with nail polish, why it's hard with my back, is that I have to get really close and I have to like look in under the ring light. If I were to raise the ring light up here, I could probably keep kind of a more casual posture, something like this. I might even be able to get it, I could kind of hold it in my lap and aim the camera more, you know, that way. If it was up higher, I would have a range more of where I could do it. I think, thank you also, Karen, you're sweet for thinking about my back, because I have been having some back problems. Not too bad today and yesterday. I've been trying to be more aware of it even when I'm doing this, like taking moments like this to like sit back and take a break for a moment. I mean, I'm no pro Luke, but I mean I'm okay. The other day, I bet I put it back in the box. I came across one of my favorite ones that I did. It was on a black Ida fabric, and it was white calla lilies. Oh, it's kind of freaking cool. Also finished and just sitting in there. Needs to be like mounted or framed or something. A stitch along. Yeah, YouTube tutorials do, like, YouTube does have some good tutorials. I had to resort to YouTube tutorials when I got back into knitting because I hadn't knit in like, since I was young enough to be wanting to knit rugs for my Barbies. We'll just put it that way. And so I had to find like some tutorials to help me remember how to cast on and add rows and, you know, cast off and all that type of stuff. Because I didn't want to ask my grandma, who originally taught me, because the whole thing was, last year it was a surprise. So I did turn to YouTube for that. But yeah, if you have a question, you can ask and you can cross your fingers, but it's easy for questions to get overlooked on YouTube. Even I know that I've had points where I'm better or worse as far as responding to comments. Marie Moon, thank you for the follow. I'm pretty good lately. I try to respond to all the comments. Wait, is this the third coat? It is the third coat. Let's be mindful here that we're getting a good third coat and get our tweezers. Oh, you do nail art too. Cool. I know there's not too many other nail artists on Twitch yet. I think it's only a matter of time. Cause it's really fun to hang out and do nail art in kind of like a community sort of a setting. Yeah, I'm loving them. We're about halfway through because we're going to be doing a reciprocal gradient today. So we've got a whole nother layer of gradient to go. And we were just talking about other hobbies. I mean, nail art is kind of like it's not just my hobby anymore. It's my job, but it always maintains to be my main hobby also. But I've got a lot of other hobbies, and some of them are very, very neglected, like the cross stitching. Even some of you guys that would have seen me in my YouTube videos probably remember when I had the hoops. Well, you can't even see, but the wall, kind of above my closet, I used to keep the hoops hanging there, and they're no longer hanging there. I put them away with the rest of the cross stitch stuff because I was like, well, why do I have these here for easy access when I never use them? There we go. And then once we finish this, we'll top coat this hand. This other hand is feeling quite dry, so I think we're going to be good to do the vinyls. I think we've given it plenty of time to dry, which is excellent. Very relaxing to watch, Julia. Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's... I mean, I don't want to put myself on Bob Ross level, but it's the same kind of a thing. Like, it's a... You get to see something created from start to finish. And, it's satisfying. There are extra satisfying parts like the peel, when it peels properly. Oh, come on here, latex. You're a new streamer. I don't know if I can still call myself a new streamer. I guess I've been streaming for 7 months? Is it 7 months already, you guys? I think my very first stream was in May. So I guess maybe can I call myself a new streamer until I've been streaming for a year? Do we have an elder streaming authority in chat that can tell me? Can I still call myself a new streamer at this point? Photography. Yeah, we were talking about talking a lot about photography because I keep talking about my new cameras. We've got a lot of photographers too. And I think it kind of grows to, I mean, I don't consider myself a great photographer, but I've had to learn at least a little bit in order to do you know, my tutorials and take pictures of my nails, because nails and colors and finishes are surprisingly tricky to photograph. My new camera helps a lot, like doing the tutorials. I hope you guys have checked them out just so that you can see like some of the more details of the polish, the colors and some of the shimmers that the webcam is just not quite capable of picking up, that really the new camera is doing a great... Okay, it's okay. That could have been bad. That's why you gotta be careful. Okay. If you do following Luke, it should do the thing. 31 weeks, Moobot. Okay. Somebody please don't make us do math. I'm sorry. I know when I start laughing that hard, the camera just jiggles all over the place, but I don't know what I have to do to fix that. Moobot, you piece of shit. Nobody wants to know weeks. Convert it. Convert it to months. Oh, especially if we get up to a year and Moobot is still calling it in weeks. You've been following for 69 weeks. Don't ask me why I picked that number. It just popped into my head. I could have... All the meme numbers popped into my head, and that one just came out of my mouth first. You've been following for 420 weeks. Years and years later. You've been following for 666. It's the devil number. Weeks. Okay. Let me clean off any of this leftover latex like last time, just to be sure I'm not like sealing it into my nails with top coat. That would not be a good look. Weeks, Moobot. That's why don't nobody like Moobot. You barely see Moobot anywhere anymore. Everybody's done switched over to the loyalty bots or the Streamlabs bot. Maybe some of the bots are Moobot in disguise, because I think you can change your bot name in the Moobot settings. But I mean, there's 4 weeks plus some in a month. So 6 months should be, well, and there's 52 weeks in a year. So 6 months should be 26 weeks. So 31 weeks would be like 7 months and change, I think, if I'm mathing correctly, which may or may not be. I think I'm mathing correctly. I should be able to math. I should be able to math at that level. Alright, so I probably can use these same tweezers for the vinyls if I clean them off first. Yeah. And if it just gave a date, that would be pretty good too, or a date and a time. Okay, so right hand can be drying while we work on left hand. In fact, we'll give right hand just a minute for the seche vite to dry so we don't have any unhappy accidents. Yeah. I think you can count baby ages in months to 1 year for sure, to 2 years if you're kind of extra. I guess maybe all parents would be extra because it's like your child. But yeah, once you're 2, for sure, quit with the months. That is toddler territory. You know why, Luke? Because they're all just damn babies. Because as far as I know, you don't have any kids, so you don't need to know baby lingo. Yeah, maybe that's it. It's not just that they're a baby. It's the first baby. But just imagine that. I mean, like, how long are you going to keep that up? I mean, at my age, what would I be? Trying to do quick maths here, you guys. I'm 397 months old, y'all. No, wait, more than that. I can't do it. Maybe that was right. 397 months? 398 months? I'm pretty close. I hope I'm under 400 months. Okay, so we have our triangle vinyls. These are from WhatsApp. What's up? WhatsApp. What's up? WhatsApp is the other thing. That thing the kids are using nowadays. Not all vinyls are created equal. At one point I bought some super cheap bundle monster vinyls on Amazon just because like I needed something to get to free shipping. And I was like, oh, I'll get these little cheap vinyls. They sucked. I tried to use them many times. I still have them. I don't know why I haven't thrown them out yet. The What's Up vinyls are far, far superior. What you want with vinyls is thin, flexible, good adhesion, but not overly adhesion. You need it to stick to your nail as well as possible without sticking on so much that it won't come off. 10,000 days old. Okay, so what we're going to do, do I want to simply peel first or do I want to vinyl first? I think I want to simply peel first. I think in previous times that's worked better. Okay. And I'm loving this new doohickey that I don't know the name of. That is keeping my camera from sagging. Sorry. Trying to adjust you guys so you see the same thing as the tutorial camera sees. Which is the bottle of Simply Peel, making appearance number 2. Get this on here. Get that drying. Oops, did I just knock that over? I sure did. Thankfully, it's thick enough. Like I said, it's just like polish. Don't panic. You do have time to make it a horrible thing or make it a not horrible thing. When something tips over. Just act quickly. So, speaking of, well, not exactly speaking of, we were talking about cross-stitching, which had me thinking about ornaments, which had me thinking about Christmas trees, which we only have a tiny, small Christmas tree this year. Is everybody else done with their holiday decorating and or holiday shopping? I guess they're two separate things. And people are probably much more likely to be done with their decorating than with their shopping. Oh, I know what's wrong. Like, why is my camera beeping at me? I know exactly what's wrong. You're full because I forgot to delete you again. So... let's do that here. Can I do this like this? And then can I do like this? Okay. Fun with upside down menus. Okay, so this, we can delete all these. And that should give me plenty of room. See, the thing is, I've got such a big old memory card in here now that I just get lazy and I didn't. Where can I do this? Is there there's not a... And it would be much easier if I did it the other way. Because then I wouldn't have to mess with the buttons. Because there's not an on-screen delete button. It's an actual button. If I do it when I upload videos, which is what I used to have to do with my other camera because the memory card was such that I could only fit about one tutorial on it, I can just do it right within the software, which is pretty easy. Let's just delete the rest of these. And that should give me plenty of room. And then when I upload this, I will remember to erase the other ones too. Oh. The feeling when you realize how many clips you actually record to make a tutorial. Okay, that should be good, yeah? Yeah, let's zoom back in here. And this is almost dry. Decorating, yeah. Shopping, no, but almost. Lurk mode for cleaning. Well, usually I tell people to enjoy their lurk, but just good on you for cleaning, Karith. I don't expect you to enjoy it. No holiday prep, no gift purchases, no decorating. It's been great. That does sound good, Luke. I mean, if you're not into it, then it's not fun. Still in the process of making cards, just a little behind. See, I have it easy because I don't have a lot of shopping to do. We don't do a gift exchange in my family anymore because everybody was just getting too hard to buy for. You know, so it's not like I have to do shopping for my whole extended family. I like to get my parents something. If I can find them something that's not just like a dumb gift. Got something really good for my dad this year. I think it's going to blow his mind because he'll never expect it. And the main, you know, gift, I guess, is the cookie trays, which we won't be doing until right before Christmas, so that they're, you know, fresh for Christmas. Because one of the trays is for Christmas Day. And that'll be either the Friday or... Oh, I forgot to... Let me... Okay, I could write this down, but I think I'm just going to quickly do this instead. Give me just a minute here. Can I... I thought of this last stream, or maybe the stream before that. No, I don't want to send it through here. I just changed my mind. And I said, oh, let me not forget that. And then guess what I did? I forgot. I completely forgot. So this time, instead of trying to find something to write it down on and hoping I don't... I might have even written it down last time, and I just don't know what happened to the note. I'm just going to make you guys patiently wait for me while I write a quick email on the subject of Cookie Day to my mom and my aunt. And try not to stick my fingers to the keys with latex on them. Okay. Send. Okay. So, and it's not like it's a secret. I just wanted to do it before I like forgot again. When we were talking about what day to have Cookie Day, we were like, well, should we do it on Friday or Saturday? And we forgot to take into account whether or not my cousin's coming back into town and what day she's coming back and if she wants to participate in Cookie Day. So, before we finalize a day, thought I should point that out to take into consideration. Because she keeps losing her phone. What's a tile? It sounds familiar. I feel like I should know that. Is it a thing that keeps her... Is it a huge phone, or is it a thing that like tracks her phone for her? Alright, we're finally dry here. Let's actually close this up so it doesn't get too dry. Oh, to finish the story that was like what made me remember that. So Cookie Day is until right before Christmas, so the only thing I have to do before then is plan what cookies I'm gonna make and make sure that I have flour and stuff. Little clicker. Cool. That also is probably handy. So as long as you can manage not to lose one or the other, you're good. Okay. So let's okay. Once your nails are fully dry, you can apply another coat of the liquid latex, or, well, I'm actually using Simply Peel. I refer to it as liquid latex all the time because that's what it is, but I should refer to it by its proper name. Stop moving, camera. Once your nails are fully dry, you can apply a fresh layer of Simply Peel. Now I'm going to be applying the triangle vinyls. These are from What's Up Nails, and I'm going to be applying just one down the center of each nail with the point toward the tip. Try to keep it as centered as possible, and then press it flat so that the edges are smooth and there's no gaps. Once I've got that applied on all my nails, I'll be applying another gradient, this time with the colors going in the opposite direction. So Like, getting these centered is the slightly tricky part. And with the tip, like, right at the tip of the nail. Carefully, carefully. And of course the tweezers are optional, but I always like having a tweezer when I'm working with vinyls. That. And you can re-stick them if you need to. I'll probably stick them on here and then look at my nails from a couple different angles and see if I'm happy with the placement. And then, like I said, yeah, we'll do our second layer of gradient. Is that centered? Alright, that's good enough. I think... See, you can see too. Hopefully you can see. It's a little gap right there. That'll be a problem if you start sponging with it like that. You got to make sure that it's down all the way. Maybe I should reconsider the clear, you guys. No. Nope. We're gonna live dangerously, you guys, and we're gonna just go for it. I'm actually using my nail to try and push these down right close to the cuticle. They're very stubborn. See there? You want it flat, like that. Of course, I wonder what the shelf life of a nail vinyl is. These are probably, see the little gap there? These are probably close to at least a year old. I would think they should last at least that long. I mean, they're still obviously sticky. I'm just going to have to be mindful to press them down again extra each nail before I... Is that? Yeah, that's pretty straight. Before I sponge. Is that one straight? That's not... Well, see, I mean, my nails are not perfectly symmetrical. Particularly some like my thumb. So I can't just look and be like... Should I move this one? Can I move this one? It's kind of stuck to the Simply Peel. If you're wanting to move it, try not to stick it to your Simply Peel. I guess that's what that tip is. And I talked about at the beginning, I usually do recommend a clear for your first layer of reciprocal because it can help with bleeding. But this time we're just going to go for it. We'll be sponging this way, so we'll want to put silver on the bottom and the darkest blue at the top. Yeah, these necks are getting sticky. And the second layer is going to look a little bit different because we are going over the first layer. We discovered this in our testing, and we discovered that it actually creates kind of a cool depth effect. So that's why we decided not to use any base color on the second layer gradient either, because I thought about also doing like a white layer. That can be helpful. Alright, so right before sponging, pressing it down, particular at the cuticle. And then getting in there with the first layer. And then the first layer should help it to stick down a little bit more. I don't think I should have to mess with it every single layer. but we'll see. I'm definitely very mindful of it right now. At the cuticle seems to be the trickiest area, so we're getting so close to the good part. Well, it's all a good part. Peeling off the reciprocal nail vinyl, though, it's one of my favorite parts. Like, that's right up there with top coat. If it peels nicely. If you have bleeding, then it's very sad. But it's not the end of the world. Particularly when using top coat to help speed the bottom layer, you get some, it gives you some leeway on the top layer too, because you can make corrections if you need to. And since this does dry so quickly, I'll be doing kind of like the first layer, just like a very brief break in between, and then going right into that second layer. Just looking, I've got a couple spots where it's trying, or I see it's kind of like trying to pop up a little bit. Hey, Anne. Thank you for joining us. We are just getting to work here on the second layer of gradient. And the vinyls are possibly not completely behaving, but we're just going to roll with it because I don't have much other choice. Partly. You guys can kind of see on the sides, they're really kind of peeking up there. Can I just, like, with a stick you down like that? It's the spots right at the cuticle that are really the worst. Oh well. Yeah. Keep it moving. Don't want it getting too dry and sticky, so just make sure it's not horrible. I think too that sponging with vinyls is a bit more forgiving than painting with vinyls. Because when you're painting, it could just like flow right under any raised lips. Whereas if you're sponging straight down, the sponge itself is exerting pressure to like press the thing back down. This is gonna look so nice. Okay. Thumb. I'm tempted to skip the third layer, but I think the third layer is a good idea. To keep it same number of layers as the base. And then as we do the third one. Yeah, sometimes I have problems and I'm like, God, I'm never using vinyls again. And then I'm like, oh, but I have this idea and I need to use vinyls. Last time I used them, it went well. So I'm hoping this goes well too. I didn't really say that I was going to be peeling them on the last layer, but I mean, it's just like the first one. So I don't think I'm going to say, I don't think I need to say anything again. I can briefly mention it in the cleanup section. Alright, you guys. Cross your fingers for me. Hold your breath. Ooh, yeah. It's hard to see on the pinky. It's so small. That was an excellent peel, though. That was good. That's what we want. The moment of truth. Just like when Bob Ross is using his contact paper. So, like, this vinyl's pretty well stuck to the Simply Peel, so it's able to see, and we do have a little bit of where are we? That doesn't show very well. A little bit of bleeding under the tape, but the icicle seems pretty clean. We'll take a closer look once we finish this hand. If any polish surgery is required. I do too, Karen. I think part of my problem here was I should have that one has quite a bit of bleeding. In fact, I might leave that there as an example. Still pretty clean though. I should have made sure to really press it down by the cuticle before it got stuck in the Simply Peel. It was like once it was stuck there, it had kind of created its own tension. And it was a little harder to get it to push flat. Do you know what I mean? Like I should have... That one too. The points are clean though, and I feel like the points are the most important part. Finish off this thumb here. Then we'll do our little polish surgery. We'll see if we can resolve this on the right hand without doing anything more than being a little bit more careful with our application. I love this. It's hard to see on camera, but I love this so much. Maybe I can zoom you guys in here. In for a minute and then back out. There, look, we've been getting some of that hollow fire. The mistakes are actually not super visible. Well, they're more visible on this good-ass camera I got now. Man, I was editing, I was like, I thought I had done good cleanup. I was like, everything looks like shit. The camera's too good, you guys. It's too good. Yeah, I did not get anything Black Friday or Cyber Monday for nail art because the cameras were kind of the big purchase, so. Plus, I had that huge haul, which I thought I'd be able to find something in there to do Christmas with. I still might. There are some greens I was looking at, but otherwise, I gotta like make an excuse to use these polishes because they're so freaking good. For this, Anne, it's the Color Club Holos. We've got Crystal Baller, Over the Moon, Blue Heaven, and Harp on It. So I think I'm going to do just a little bit of cleanup here. Yeah, the index nail looks not quite straight now that I'm looking at it, but I mean, it's passable. Let's get the polish surgery done. Okay. If you have any spots where the vinyls weren't completely adhered and you have any polish bleeding, since there is a layer of top coat, you can do a little bit of cleanup very carefully with a brush and polish remover. Once you take care of any of those areas, you can go ahead and do your usual cleanup around the cuticles. Like, it's super, super minor, but I feel like I know it'll help the finished manicure if I clean up these lines here. The thumb's pretty clean. It's really like right there. It's optical illusion-y too. Like, it's slightly hard to tell where you actually need to clean up. There. Now, let's get a little Q-tip and get these little couple spots. Alright, now to get in here closely. And then we'll do the right hand, and then we'll be done. And then I've got a bunch of editing ahead of me for the rest of my day. Starting, I guess, with the Instagram quickies. Would, I guess, make the most, possibly the most sense. And then the Instagram pictures, and then tomorrow's YouTube video, and then probably export from Twitch the testing for that and the tutorial for that. And hopefully people don't feel like I'm like blowing up their subscription feed, because like I had 3 uploads this morning, but I wanted to get them all up. I didn't want to wait until like after the series to upload all the testing and stuff. Didn't want to wait until later in the series to upload the extended tutorial. So, ended up with a testing stream, a tutorial stream, and then the actual edited tutorial. Oh. Well, Julia, I like instantly break out the broken nail repair things. I use a lightless gel to help fix breaks, and I actually did a nail repair. I actually did 2 nail repairs during yesterday's stream, It was like in the middle of stream. It was after I took off my manicure and realized how poorly my patches were doing. Right before I was about to do my nails, I realized I had to redo my patches. And what I do is basically use the gel to kind of like glue it together and then like reinforce it. Would be the simplest explanation. I'll show you in a minute here what I usually use, because it is in fact still right here on my desk. In Discord too, sunburnt while watching the stream, broke a nail and repaired a nail and shared pictures in Discord. So but yeah, a lot of times when a nail is breaking and you want to save it, it's like, I find that an easier repair than a full break. Although, I mean, I can repair that too. But I've got 2 nails right now that are broken, cracked, more than halfway across the nail, that I am attempting to save at least until the 12 days of Christmas are over. Because this just wouldn't be the same on super short nails. You could do it, but the gradient would have to be much tighter, and you wouldn't get as long of an icicle, you know? I feel like this is I mean, of course, if you had really, really longer nails even than me, you would get even more of an extended icicle. Let me show you guys. I was going to show you guys this, then I'll show Julia what I usually use. See the underside of this sticker? Let me zoom in again. See where the polish is? That's the underside of the sticker. So that's how much bleeding we had like on that one. There were a couple like that. And given that, I don't know if the clear would have solved that problem or not. I don't. Of course, we'll never know. Should we try clear, or should we just try application being better on our right hand? Yes, I use this, which cures with this. And then I have a little brush. This bottle's filled with polish remover so that the brush doesn't get all hard. I use the brush to apply the gel. And, thank you, Dr. Crow. I see, Dr. Crowtron. You had a clip yesterday. A clip of me saying you were the best mod. I believe the clip was entitled Proof. I saw that and I laughed. I suppose you're just waiting for Ninja to come around so you can throw that in his face. I am the best mod. Class said so. Right here. Here's the clip. Proof. But yeah, in fact, you might even be able to, no, you can't even really see. On the underside of this middle nail, the break has grown out about halfway of my free edge. It broke like right at the free edge, like right where the nail transitions to the nail tip. And that's a hard place to grow out. But it's about halfway out the free edge now. By the end of the series, it might even be at a length where it's not like sucky to trim it back. I'm not on camera here, am I? Let's get a Q-tip again. Little spots. This area seems to be hard to get liquid latex onto, but it always seems to get sponged onto. Like right up under next to your nail, kind of. This area. The nail corner. I don't know what that part of the nail is called. Well, it's not the nail, it's the finger. Okay. I think like I said, looking at my nails in 1080p 60, I was like, man, you need to do everything better. Your cleanup, everything. And I know this is out of focus for you guys because the focus is fixed, but trying to be like on camera, but also like super close to my face. Oops. Okay, see, I used too much acetone there, and now I've almost got a little hole. Okay. Okay. Polish surgery. Oh, no. No, not that one. No, not that one. This one. Okay. Little tiny bit of this. There. Don't let the seche vite make you overconfident when you're trying to fix your mistakes. I zoomed way too far out. There. Don't let the seche vite make you overconfident when you're trying to fix your mistakes. Like, it'll give you a little bit of leeway, but leeway, I believe is the correct word. But it's not a complete get out of jail free card. Chili Cogent Pangolin Cool Story Bob. Why didn't that pop up as an actual... The VOD you shared gave me a thumbnail. Why didn't that one pop a thumbnail? Although I get to see the link name, which is a wonderful link name. Any link name with Cool Story Bob in it, I think is a pretty good one. Just getting our Simply Peel on here for our right hand. And I did, I filled this up too. I filled up my top coat and I filled up my Simply Peel. And there was a goober forming in here. I don't know where it came from, but I pulled it out. Maybe it was on the stem and it fell off. Oh, in fact, look at that. Speaking of the stem. Yeah, it was like as if one of these came off and just got stuck in the bottle. You don't want that crap on your Simply Peel, boys and girls. You don't want too much Simply Peel on your tweezers either if you're going to be using them for vinyls. Trying to get that little corner that I kept missing. So when we stick the vinyls this time, we're just going to be very, very mindful of the cuticle area and see if we can resolve. We've got 2 other designs coming up using vinyl, so I need to improve my vinyl technique. And if that's what I need to do, then that's what I need to do. It would be nice if vinyls were almost a little bit stretchy. I wonder if that would be difficult to manufacture, because the thing is, obviously your nails are curved, obviously, and obviously occasionally in several directions. Like, everybody has the C curve this way, but some people's nails also curve this way, and then you've got this flat thing that you're trying to apply on there. And here's another look at the icicles. Like, here they're almost invisible, but there you go. Or if they're like kind of, you can see them like that too. Stab you. No, not really. They're sharp though. I love it. I was afraid I would not be able to get the point properly aligned with the tip so that they actually stayed nice sharp triangles. I wish the index nail was a little bit more centered, but probably nobody else will notice. Probably. So we'll do these. I guess we'll probably use this direction ones. Can I get you guys to start peeling? It's nice when you can get a little edge to them like that. Yeah. And I'm planning to do that, Karen. I'm pretty sure I'll need to with Are these the ones that won't show on camera? These are, there, you can barely see the pattern. Stained glass vinyls, which I think I should be able to double use. We'll see. If I can't, it's not a huge deal. And these are kind of tricky to see too. These are like striped ones. I'm thinking I might have to do that for both of those. But, well, we'll see. Those won't be for a couple more days. Those are supposed to be the last 2 days. I could maybe move up one of the sets if I don't get inspired for this green manicure. But I'm hoping that the green will just come together. The other manicures have all come together so far. The gold dry brush trees, I got some really... Those were really hard to show on stream. I felt like the lighting and the camera were working against me. I got some excellent shots of those with the flash. Like the flash just completely popped out the gold. Okay, is this almost dry? Almost dry. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, the green has to come together quickly. I also thought, I was like, well, maybe I need to do something with reverse stamping with the green. But I was like, well, what design can I do this just like green on green on green on green? Or maybe with a little bit of silver. And then if I go that route, and I think I talked about this before, even when we were just kind of brainstorming and planning, finding a polish that stamps and a polish that also water marbles is a challenge. Yeah, so I was thinking for the green... Maybe something reverse stamping. That's kind of like a secondary plan. The actual... Let's see what the original actual plan was. I think it was the garlands. Yeah, so like I did the garlands last year with the white background and red berries. I was thinking I could do that with like an all green color scheme and maybe with like hints of a very silvery green. And then with the water marble, I was thinking I would try to pull off the Christmas tree water marble, which is always a little bit of a challenge. But then I was like, the red and gold originally was going to be bows, and then I was like, well, maybe it should be green bows. Maybe the green could be bows, and I was like, I really can't draw bows. And then I was like, well, maybe I should do a green drip marble. And then I was like, no, I did that last year for 12 Days of Christmas. I was like, maybe I should do a green drag marble. I was like, well, that's a possibility. Maybe I should... I don't know what the green is going to be. I want to do something green because we did something red. It is 12 Days of Christmas. Not all the designs are super Christmassy, purposely. They're wintry. Holly was a consideration. I've actually done holly before. I was looking up mistletoe, because people usually, I think, confuse holly and mistletoe. Mistletoe is actually kind of not cute, or not as cute as holly. But yeah, I was thinking I could do a thing of holly, except instead of like red berries, do like silver berries. And then I was like, well, then it's going to look like mistletoe. And I started looking at mistletoe. I was like, mistletoe is not cute. I was like, maybe I could do pine cones, which I think somebody suggested the other day. Like create a pine tree looking background and then do some... Yeah, it's like weird. They've got little round leaves and little pale berries. So just like a bunch of different ideas. And having ideas is exhausting, let me tell you. No, I don't know why. Well, I mean, I was up kind of late. I did not get a ton of sleep, but I don't know why I'm all of a sudden, like, completely yawning. Okay, so we're gonna, like, really try to center it with the tip. And then, oops, yeah, touch the Simply Peel. Like, almost want to, like, fold it here. Can I just, like, give you guys a good angle? See how it's sticking up? So if we press it flat, press it into the cuticle, like, really good, And maybe try not to even press it into the Simply Peel. Oh, now it touched it. Now that's where it is. But will it stick better if I do that? That's what we're going to be attempting to do. Instead of like letting it touch the Simply Peel, and then that gap is like a point of tension. Like where you can't really get it to go down in there where you want it to go down in. So like this, and getting it off of the dang tweezer. Whoa. Like that. I think part of it is just like the C curve with such a narrow vinyl. Why do my notifications keep? Baby K, thank you for the follow. I feel like this is better. I feel like this is not flawless though, and I feel like I do feel like I understand the problem a little bit more. Part of it is just like it's a long, narrow vinyl. It would be easier to curve it this way than it is to curve it this way, but that secondary way is the way that it needs to curve with the C curve of my nail. We'll see. And if worse comes to worse, we can do a little polish surgery. I mean, that's not the end of the world. I also back to the green again. I thought about attempting once again wreaths. I've successfully done a wreath once, and the thing that kind of took that off the list was I was like, I can't really think of another way that I would want to do it. Like, I did it kind of dry brushed. I suppose I could maybe try to do it with dots, but I think I tried that last year, and it was so hard to get it actually sized to fit on my nails. I've also seen, like, the dots idea done, but with gemstones. But I definitely wouldn't want to do that on all my nails, because that'd be a lot of dang gemstones. See, now, like, if I stuck it there, it would have that tension. But if I push it down into the cuticle, that should help. We're still going to have problems here. I'm pretty dang positive. But maybe they won't be as bad. I also feel a little bit like... Well, I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. It's like the last time I'm going to cut off this little used end of the sponge. And then... Actually, that's a really nice clean cut. I think I'm actually going to use the cut end because I managed to do it so smoothly. And that'll actually be a little bit easier to grip because I'll be gripping it like this instead of gripping it like this. Yeah. I think for these I mainly... It's almost like the vinyl manufacturer should take the shape of the vinyl into consideration and have a couple different levels of adhesive. I feel like these could use more of an adhesive because of the shape, like I said, to get them to bend this way with the curve of my nails is a little bit of a challenge, and I feel like they're not quite sticky enough because here we've got this little gap popping open. Like if I stick it down, it should stay stuck. How long in moving my hands around does it take before it unsticks? Because they've all done that on the side. Or like I said, if it was made out of a slightly little stretchier material where I could like... Do you understand what I mean? Sometimes when I don't know how to verbalize and then I make like a little gesture, I'm like, that gesture probably does not make sense to people. But on the other hand, you guys seem to understand me very well. Better than half the people in my day-to-day life, I can say that much. And that's kind of irritating, to be honest. Like, man, what the hell? Okay, so we're going to want silver on the bottom, dark on the top. Careful of our vinyls. last round of gradients. I mean, not last layer, but last hand and last sponge and last those things. Press it down. And it gets harder to press down as you get layers, because you don't want to mess up the other layers that you've done either. I'm trying to also keep this like with a very light touch, like trying not to, if I have enough polish on the sponge to do 2 nails, that means I have enough polish to be kind of splooshy. That's not the right word. Gooey? Not the right word. Like when you squeeze the sponge, polish comes out almost. So that's why it's oozing under the edge of the vinyl also. Because of the amount of polish on the sponge and because of the force used on the sponge. So I'm trying to not too much overload the sponge with color and not use an overly amount of pressure. Light touch. 2 hairs and some hair. So funny in Bob Ross's chat last night, and when some other person comes on other than Bob, and people are just like, who the hell is this person? Don't nobody want to watch this dude. Some of them are a little bit weird though. It's like they really don't seem too happy to be there. Colette's hide mine. Alright, we're just gonna, you know what, I'm not worrying about those vinyls anymore. Uh-oh, you guys. It's that point in the manicure where all of a sudden I'm ready to be done. It literally just happened before your eyes. I ain't got time for this shit no more. I'm not messing with the vinyls anymore. We're doing 2 more layers of gradient. And then clean up and then top coat and then we're done. That's still quite a few things without having to worry about the damn vinyls. And also because no matter how much I worry about them, probably I'm going to have to end up messing with them and doing polish surgery anyway, so. I already lost track of which one I was on. Did I already redo the pinky in this one? If I can't tell, if I can't even tell. I almost went more by how the how covered the vinyl went rather than the nail in determining that I had already done those first 2. I think I was right. Alright, give that just a minute and we'll do the 3rd layer and we'll peel. Oh, what time is it? 4:51? I guess that's about right. I feel like I should be able to do a reciprocal gradient in about 2 hours. But doing it on stream in 2 hours would be a bit of a challenge, I think, because, you know, sidetrack. Sidetracking happens so frequently. Okay. Okie dokie. Moment of truth. It's not any worse, certainly, and I think it might be a little bit better. So, we learned something-ish? Yeah, not bad. Little tiny small amount of bleeding. I don't think, though, what I don't think, and I didn't test it to prove it, I don't think the clear coat would have helped in this situation. I don't. So I'm not mad at myself about that. Alright. Oop, that one had quite a bit of bleeding. Come on here. Dag nabbit. I could get you guys in even a little bit closer than that, actually, for this particular section, I do believe. Alright, 3 more nails. Cleanup always takes longer than I think it's going to take, too. It's like I forget to count that in my my estimated time of completion. The other day, when we did the Christmas trees, that was a damn quick manicure. I was shocked at how short that stream was. And then I thought about it. I was like, well, I guess I was kind of just going the whole time. I didn't have to wait for Simply Peel to dry or anything like that. All right. God, that was a horrible peel on the Simply Peel, but it was a great peel on the vinyl. Alright. Silver, light blue, medium blue, dark blue. Alright. Oh, so much bleeding. So much bleeding. That also, like many things, context, that could sound pretty bad in other situations. No, not actual blood bleeding. Just nail polish. Haha. Okay. For the thumb. What should I have for dinner, you guys? I'm starting to get hungry. I don't think we've had much food talk today. I haven't decided if I'm willing to go out after stream or not. Oh, we got some bleeding toward the tip, but it's okay. The sharpest, tippiest part is still nice and clean. Okay, so do we have some? We need some more acetone here. I'm kind of too, but then when I think about it, I'm kind of not. Once I like talked myself through it, like I think if you use these, what did I call that one? It was one of my Manny versus Pin ones, and I had them coming in from the sides, and those were those cheap, stupid Bundle Monster ones. But I think if you applied them on your nail in that direction, that they would adhere better. Because like I said, because they're a skinnier triangle, trying to get them to curve on their skinny side to match my nail curve. I think that's part of it. Hey, yo. We are kind of on the tail end here, but we've still got top coat to go. And quite a bit of cleanup on this hand also. So let's, oh, I probably should zoom you guys out just a little bit more again. Is that good? Try and get some of this polish surgery taken care of. Like that. Like you want enough acetone on your brush to get shit done, but not enough to actually like sit on the nail. Yeah, these really were not too bad. This one, yeah. Just like right here. A little bit on the pinky. The Holo kind of almost makes it harder to clean up though, because it's like, wait. It's optical illusion-y. Oh, that's good enough for the right hand. Poor right hand. You're not as important. You're not the star of the show. Good. Is that polish or latex? I mean, so much for trying to get latex and up to cover these corners. Had to make chili first. Chili sounds good. Chili's good for winter. Yeah, these colors are gorgeous. I love this. I could nitpick the nail vinyl issues, but I still love this. And I think we're going to love it even more with top coat. We'll see here very, very soon, you guys. Because I think, you know, the top coat blends out the gradients, and the top coat just makes everything better. So I think any of the little weird places where we had bleeding, where we tried to clean up, I think the top coat will actually help to make that look cleaner. Even if it's not clean, it will help with the illusion. It will just, like I said, it just smooths everything out. Just get in these little cornery areas. Right there. Yeah, that corner. I don't know why that corner is so hard to get Simply Peel on. Actually, I probably could close these up. Yeah, I was thinking I might make some pasta. I was thinking I might go out and like get some Devani's. I was thinking I might just, I don't know, there's probably like a frozen pizza in the freezer or something. I don't feel like cooking, like preparing things. I would like to just be able to like heat something up or just eat something. I wish, man, like, is this romaine lettuce shit over yet? I wish I could just go get one of my normal little salad bags, go to the store, and the whole damn lettuce section is empty. Quit pooping on the lettuce, people. Make sure I'm staying on camera for you guys. It's actually a little bit easier when I'm recording because the tutorial camera, like when I'm leaning forward, it's right here. The screen, and the screen on my new camera tips, so it's really easy to just like glance and see instead of like my other one. I had to kind of lean up and forward more to get a look at the screen. This one lets me just tilt it properly to where I can see. And then as long as I've set the cameras up properly where they're looking at the same thing, I don't have to also glance at the monitor over there where the OBS preview is showing. We're going to need another Q-tip there, I think. And with it no more sagging, I should be able to really... Like a couple of my tutorials, my last tutorials with my old camera, I was like, oh my god. And part of it was my fault for being distracted, and part of it was the camera's fault for being janky, but it was like tutorial parts where I'm like basically like it looks right now for a considerable part of the tutorial, and then it's like I catch myself and get back in frame. Or the camera catches itself and stutters back into frame. Yeah, what did we do before cleanup brushes? Actually, I remember what I did before cleanup brushes. I did little orange sticks wrapped in pieces of cotton ball dipped in polish remover. Which still works pretty good in some cases. If you really need to get in a tight spot with kind of like a lot of pressure, more than bristles can really help you out with, still do it with the orange stick. Or if you like don't have a brush, like okay, we got an orange stick. We got our string of cotton here. Like get the orange stick wet and like start rolling it and like repeat and just roll off like little bits of cotton, like say about like that much, not even a ton, just enough to help maintain more acetone on there, and then you like get in there like that and switch out the cotton as necessary. So I don't know if that's a pro tip, but it's a tip of some sort. It's a thing you can do if you do not have a brush, or if your cleanup brush is in dire straits, because sometimes that happens and it catches you off guard. Like I said, I've had it where the glue appeared to dissolve, and all of a sudden you're doing this and your brush just completely pushes into the handle. That's always kind of Monka-S moment. If you don't know what Monka-S is, I apologize, but I have begun to speak in Twitch emotes and FFZ emotes. And Monka-S is a I don't know if I want to say famous, but popular sweating, aka, you know, a little bit anxious of emote. You can throw it up in chat if you like, to show those who may not know. Alright, just a little bit more cleanup, you guys, and we'll do top coat. The more I think about it, the more pasta sounds really, really good. If I have Parm. I may have run out of fresh shredded Parm. Because as we discussed the other day, in most cases, there may be the rare exception, shaker Parm is relegated to popcorn. Maybe actual spaghetti, I will combine shredded Parm and shaker Parm. But like, just shaker Parm is not a thing for me. Most cases. It's inferior. Alright, get all these little bits. And like we were talking about the other day, oh, you can just wash your hands and wash off nail polish. Really, you can't. If you get like some glittery residue left over, yeah, you can probably wash that off. But actual polish, you're going to do yourself a lot of favors if you hit it up with the polish remover beforehand. And then you can just wash off any weird little residues instead of going to work on your skin with steel wool trying to scrub off nail polish. Okay. So, we're pretty good here. Oh. What about here? Let's just, whoops. Super clean cuticles, please. Like, I just don't know how some people do get their cuticles so clean. Like, so there's not even like a speck of polish in there. Because like those Instagram tutorials where it's just like one finger highlighted, those are like even more up in your business than my new camera is. Because it's so close and you're concentrated all just on that one nail and everything's like, I don't know. Maybe people look at my tutorials and think the same thing and look at their own tutorials that I think look perfect and think they look like crap, but it's like everything's flawless. You just feel like you're not good enough, but guess what? You are good enough. Tell it to yourself even if you don't believe it. One day it'll be true. No, but on a more serious note, I think anybody online is probably suffering to a degree with like a lack of confidence. Because when you put yourself out there, 99% of people, it's way easier to anticipate negativity, in some cases because you're already looking at your own stuff with a negative eye or with a critical eye. But like, even though there are haters out there, even the haters probably aren't going to pick apart the stuff that you think is the worst part, because they're not even going to notice that. Ooh, get out of there. You know, the haters are just going to come in with some dumb shit. Haters are so boring and weird. I don't know. We haven't had any trolls or haters in a couple weeks. Just kind of surprising considering how much I better should shut up. I'll probably summon one. Commentators curse myself with a troll. Okay. We're just about done here. I know I said that like 10 minutes ago. But actually about to have the good part, you guys. That being, should we scoot over to a clean part of the napkin? Let's. For the top coat. What kind of music should the top coat have? If peel porn is the, which is of course horrible porn music, because that's the only kind there is. But then what kind of music should the top coat have? I mean, top coat should have actually fantastic music, right? Maybe like, I don't think I could mimic it, but like those chimes, and then they're like tinkle 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 tinkle. That would be the soundtrack for top coat. Okay, so did I say any? I don't think I said anything when I was peeling or when I was cleaning up or anything. No, I did say something about cleaning up. I told people you could do polish surgery if you needed to. Make sure there's no like last minute polish surgery you want to do before you get to the top coat, of course. Because once the top coat is on, all bets are off. And actually, I do see one more little spot. Like right there. Is that gonna come off for me? Oh. Very delicate work. Alright, that's good enough. Sail. I think I know the song you mean. That would be good. Finally, we'll be finishing everything off with a top coat. And as usual, I'm using Seche Vite. That was too much for that poor little pinky. I always overload that poor little pinky because it's so short right now. I hope. Well, it's going to have to be tomorrow because it's dark out. I hope we get some sun tomorrow. I would love to get some sunlight pictures of this. It really would be a shame to not get sunlight pictures of this. Although Flash will pop out some Holo for you too, but Holo is best appreciated in the sun, for sure. Just clean up a little bit of that globber I put on the pinky. Yeah, I'm really liking this, you guys. It's just what I wanted. You know how happy that makes me. And then, once I finish this, I will find somewhere to send you, lovely people. I should have a good variety of people to choose from at this time of day. I feel like this is kind of getting close to streaming prime time. Late afternoon into evening seems like streaming prime time to me. At least as far as, I guess, the people on my following list. Sometimes that's what I feel like. I mean, Twitch never sleeps. I feel like if I don't... And I rarely have a time when my following list is empty anymore. But, you know, you don't always want to watch all things from all people. And if I have a time when my list is kind of empty, I usually think, like, I need to work on fleshing out this time of my following list. Like, I have a lot of people that stream during the day or in early evening or even late evening, but late evening, like after midnight, sometimes starts to thin out. I did nick that. Let me just dab, smooth out. Sesh is self-leveling, so if you smudge it while it's wet, if you just glom on a little bit more, it should just settle right out for you. So there is our Icicle Reciprocal, you guys. I love it so much. I'll have to check that out after stream, Karen. Let's see what's going on here. Where do I have available to send you lovely, lovely people today? What time is it? 5:13. Let's see here. Oh, off camera. Thank you, yo. Thank you, Karen. I'm not seeing a particular... I get, no, she only streams usually till 5. I would have to be a very prompt stream to be able to raid you guys over there. Fourth grade homework kill you now. Don't tell me are they on that Common Core shit where math gets all weird? I saw an explanation for that one time and I was like, why are they doing this to children? Math was hard enough for a lot of kids in the first place without this Common Core shit. And then, like, your parents can't even help you because your parents have no clue what Common Core is. What do you guys think about some dragons? Some Spyro? Yeah, I think this is where I'm going to send you guys. Yeah, hopefully she's going for a while longer. I will be streaming tomorrow afternoon. We'll be doing the Icy Water Marble with these colors. Well, most of these colors. Thank you guys all so much for hanging out. It makes it a lot easier to maintain this hectic schedule because it's still stressful, but streaming kind of is a stress and a de-stress at the same time. Just tell them to do it how I learned it. Yeah, like, guess what? This way is actually better anyway, kid. If you get the right answer, guess what? Then it's the right way. If you get the right answer a different way, that doesn't make your way wrong. So, actually, let me mute this. Of course, you guys will probably hear it coming through my mic also. Hello? Where's my sound? Is my sound super low? My sound is super low.
Oh my goodness, this scored.
Okay, starting a new level. Not stopping yet. I'm going to send you guys over to Artemis. Some of you guys may have seen her around here before. I don't have a raid message. Just stop in, say hi, wish her some luck. If you like what you see, drop her a follow. And yeah, I hope I see you guys tomorrow. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And raids are not instant, and I forgot that. I thought it was going to be like a host where I pushed the button and then it was over, but it's not. But it is about to be. And I suck at ending, but I think I'm getting better at streaming. One day the endings will get better as well. So I'll see you guys later.